Hello everyone, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. We have Rovani Durso here. Welcome Rovani, how you doing?
Good, all right, Paul.
And I pronounced your name correctly, yeah?
Rovani.
Rovani. I said it wrong probably about 4 times. Sure, just get that out of your system.
Yeah, you're not the only one. So I'm used to it.
Really?
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's pretty
like,
much the
Rovane.
thing that happens to me all the time. Rovan.
So everybody, welcome Rovani Durso. I'm Paul Tranny. We're going to dive into some more UX and UI design. Jasper, thank you so much for welcoming us. We appreciate having you. Terrence Stone in the house. Good to have you, everybody. It's your very first time here with us, huh?
Very first
this
time.
is good. How you feeling?
Excited. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, good. So yeah, this is gonna be really fun. Thanks for hanging out.
Let's make it fun. Let's hopefully
the-
make it fun. Make it exciting for people watching it.
Yeah, that's the idea. And honestly, we're going to be we need your help. We have some ideas. I think you have a plan in place. We'll need, you as well to kind of interject on your opinion and kind of how we can make things better. But I want to get to know you. Looks like you have a nice little slide up. If we can dive into this.
Yeah, there it is. So, Rovani Durso, my name. And I'm a designer from LA.
I don't know. Is that an LA accent that you have though?
No, not at all.
So you're not originally from LA.
I'm not originally from US, the US.
Oh, so he's not. This is turning into a guessing game.
Yeah.
If we can kind of figure out where you're from.
What you gonna give people if they guess where I'm from?
I don't know if we have anything. We're gonna give him a big virtual hug. Guess where Rovani is from. If anybody has any guesses, as he kind of starts to talk more, you'll notice a little bit of an accent. But he says you don't think anybody can typically guess where you're from.
I get all kinds of things.
They're all over the map.
All over the map.
So
I'm an international kind of person, I guess.
Yes.
And some people know actually, but
yes,
see.
Alex. He is from Earth. You can safely say you're from
That's
Earth. That's a good
last time I
start.
checked, yeah.
So if you can guess where Rovani's from, that's awesome. But definitely designer, man after my own heart. I don't know if people are saying where they're from or where you're from, but already somebody's saying Italy,
France,
Quebec,
Greece.
France, Greece. What about Greece?
No.
Ooh, Alex Garza.
Oh, someone got it. Someone already have it. Yeah.
Alex Garza. Is that where you're from? I don't think so, because that is what a Texans logo. So Brazil.
Brazil. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, Brazil in the house. Ooh.
He's from Brazil.
Brazil knows he's from. Ooh, you're good.
They're good. I guess there's a little bit of a distinguish on the Brazilian accent that people that know kind of can pick up.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And if people did a little bit of investigative work, they can
find out. It's out there somewhere.
It is. In fact, let me just make sure this is muted. Right over here. And again, I'm just going to give everybody a chance to follow you as well. So you're probably in the chat tab right here. Rovani, go ahead and hit follow right there. Kind of talks about you. And then if you kind of dive into your Behance profile and everything, you listen to all your work experience.
Right.
It shows that you speak Portuguese fluently, so that's where I think they might have gotten the hint. And then we also have a challenge. We can talk about that later. We've been running that all day. It's 5 screens, link them together.
If there are any Brazilians out there, say hello or whatever.
Yeah.
Identify yourself.
Yeah, Eduardo is from Brazil. Love it.
Hey, Eduardo.
Yeah. Do you like pick
Graziella is saying something in Portuguese. Ótimo, adorei. Oh, great. Ótimo, Graziella.
Sim.
Graziella, am I pronouncing your name? Sim, yes.
Yes. Sim.
Beijo is like kiss. Beijo. That's cool.
Brazil in the house. This is good. Also, Damien Borba is a community manager / evangelist for XD. We have him on the stream. He's also from Brazil, so I need to introduce you to him as well. So we got Brazil's in the house, so this is good. Sao Paulo. All right, but you are a designer. We can all relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's dive into this.
Family first. I married, have 3 beautiful kids, and my work usually range from UI, UX, and branding. And sometimes I actually do icons. A lot of times it's fun, but I've done actual projects that are icon related. So Spare time, fun. I like to take photos, and I pretend that I can produce music. So I love that. I love music. I've been trying to do for so long, but professionally, I suck at it.
But you have fun with it.
Yeah. Clients, I've worked with Samsung, Google, Technicolor, Procter & Gamble, and several others, but these are just the household names that people, can
Yeah.
quite get it right
Totally,
away.
and again, like check out your portfolio because, like, I know plenty of cool stuff, lots of cool stuff in there. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And what are we doing? We'll attempt to design from wireframe to design an iOS event app. It's a concept idea at this point. Process, usually I divide my process in 3 phases. One, I do exploration, and then that covers discovery, which it will, we'll do research, we'll do mood boards, and a competitive review of the product, if an existing product. Sketch and wire, we'll do some mind mapping, which I'll show you a little bit what I, have it there on the mind map section of it, and user flow.
This is good. Like you've kind of, and again, people always ask this. You've already kind of done.
Yeah,
some
this
of
question
this
is one of the questions I get asked the most. What's your process like? It varies in sometimes, but this is kind of like the framework that kind of stays the same.
Kat, good to have you here from Jefferson City, Missouri. Good to have you. Anybody told you look like Andrew Rennells? You know who that is?
No, I don't even know who that is.
I do not know.
I've been told that I look like all kinds of things.
You did. You came in today and you had on
All kinds of people.
When you came in today, I thought you were like Eastern European or something.
Yeah, well, I'm
seemed-
Italian descendant and
Okay.
mixed with all kinds of things.
But you had the cool shades on, and you were just like too cool for me. Like we couldn't hang out initially.
Not
I'm like,
at
you were
all.
too cool,
I'm
and I was
super,
like,
super down to earth. So.
you are. Thank you.
So design and refinement, includes type selection, color exploration, and typography, the usual stuff, And research, like for instance, and if you're doing a project, I try to dive into research. This is just like a compact idea of it, but for this app, basically event goers, event promoters, organizers, music, arts, etc.
This is good. So yeah, actually, could you go back? Sorry about that.
Sure.
So this is the subject we're going to tackle for the next. Well, actually, are we going to do this over the course of like 3 days?
3 days,
Kinda?
yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
one project for 3 days.
So this is an app for event goers, event promoters, sort of like music and arts. Could be used for a number of things. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Let's party.
Let's party.
Mood board. What are they doing? They're partying.
Mood board is I
don't know.
a very basic one. And usually this is a more extensive thing that I do. I put all kinds of things together, but this is just to give you an idea, what a mood board could look like. Competitor review. You try to pull out there and see what's existing in the market, like different types of apps. For events, the event space, there's quite a lot of stuff out there. So I pull like probably about 6 or 7 of the most relevant ones. So this one is called Do Stuff, Eventbrite, Songkick, Hey Let's what?
Yeah, Hey Let's. I haven't heard of Hey Let's. So these are all event apps. Like everybody knows Eventbrite probably.
Probably. I don't know if all these apps are existing apps, but these are based on what came out as on the search for events apps.
And this is kind of interesting, by the way, because, and I kind of missed Christine's, the last segment because I was eating pancakes earlier. But essentially, like I don't think anybody's done competitor. We don't do a lot of these competitor reviews, and we should do more of them. But I really like how you included it.
I guess it helps you kind of understand the space that you're designing for, and in some cases it helps you guide what you try to do. It helps quite a lot in some cases. I'm not saying that every project out there will have a great result when doing research for competitors. But in most cases, the projects that I work, it helps a lot. It helps me a lot, and it should help the client as well.
I think so too, because they've probably gone. Where did they come up with the idea for the app? It's probably from seeing what's out on the market and obviously trying to fill a need that's maybe not there. So they
Right.
probably have that stuck in the back of their head, whether you do or not.
Right. So it helps me on the design side as well. And that's another one. There's quite a lot, so I'll just go through this quickly so we don't waste
All
time.
events in. Party with the local.
Party with the local.
have not
Seems
heard
like
of
an
that one.
interesting idea, though.
Is
Party
that
with the locals? So I'm here in San Francisco. I'm gonna see if this app really
Yeah.
exists.
party with the local? Do you like meet up with? It's just events though, right? It's
Yeah,
not
I
like-
guess you. I haven't downloaded this app, and I'm not sure if it's even live on the
Uh-huh.
App Store. But it came up as a event
Yeah.
app.
Cool.
And Facebook, which I think they recently changed their names. I think it's probably called Local.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway,
But I like the events on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. But anyway,
and Connector. And
party with a loco, LOCO. Is that the name of the we have not determined the name for the app either for what you're
No, we
building.
haven't. So we're gonna need you guys' help.
Yeah. So if you want to go with party with a loco,
Party with a Local. That sounds like a good name. So mind map is something that I do. This is a very quick example of it, but I try to make this a very intricate stuff that I pull all the things that related to the project, the product itself, and I'll usually outline.
we could probably zoom in too.
Zoom in the key features.
you want?
Oh, you changed the thing.
I
forgot.
did. I kind of did something fancy. Did you want to go over here?
Now I want to go over
Oh,
there.
down here.
Down there. So I list the key features that I keep that in mind. So
Personalized schedule, push notifications, social wall, make it native, interactive maps, gamification. That's fun.
yeah, that's the word I hear quite a lot.
I know it kind of gets thrown around a lot.
Gamification.
Real time attendee messaging. That's good. Multi events session. Cool. And I can get us out of that.
So I'm gonna get used to this.
Yeah, hold on the control key and then 2 fingers.
2 fingers. All right.
There, look at. Well, actually, if we. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you could zoom out
What
if
if
you
I-
need to. Did it work?
Oh, Paul broke my computer.
I did break it. Do you want to zoom out all the way?
Yeah.
You go up
There you go.
like that. Look at how perfectly balanced we are since I've changed. Since I have just my white shirt on. Look,
I know. Look at that.
you're on the
Perfect
dark
contrast.
and I'm on the white. So again, always changing and customizing for your viewing pleasure. You get a full screen flow here. This is interesting.
Yeah, the screen flow, it's basically helps you throughout the project. So this is also something that it's adaptable. You can change throughout the project, but you keep that going, and then helps you connect things and connect the dots. A lot of times, the clients they don't quite get the full scope of it. So doing this also working along with them, helps you, make sense of things within the app.
Yeah, I like it. And what did you use to make this, by the way? What app did you
I've
use?
used an app called OmniGraph,
OmniGraph. Okay, cool.
and it's pretty cool actually. So we are actually done with this, I think.
That was easy. I like it. You've done a lot of the research on competitors. We're going to make an event app. And I think you have a number of wireframes and things too as well.
Yes,
So this will
we
be fun.
Why is
Oh,
my screen like
yeah.
this? Okay.
Yeah, Terrence Stone. Yeah, gamification is all over education. So that's good. I think gamification and Snapchat streaks is all about sort of keeping people coming back, for more. Because after they attended the event, what happens after that. So
Right. So for the project, usually we go and select fonts. And for this, I have a Vatican U, which is what I use for the wireframe, which is a very commonly used font, very basic, very strong, very clean. Lotto, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but font names are
Yeah, picking the font's one thing. Pronouncing the name of the font's a whole other thing half the time, I feel.
I mean, sometimes I just guess the pronunciation.
Ooh, another Gotham sighting. Is that okay, Johnny Woo? Were you a fan of Gotham?
Gotham.
We've had it before.
Love this font.
These are all popular, like Proxima Nova,
Proxima Nova.
SF Pro, of course, you know, on an iOS.
Yeah. So I am leaning towards this one right here, Lato. So
Okay.
we'll see. See how it
Very
develops,
cool.
but this is a clean font, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got nice shapes, very clean. So moving along, colors. These are the main colors for now, and also some gradients that I select that we may attempt to implement into that.
Can we just like look at those gradients for a bit? Because like, who doesn't love gradients? This is very telling of you as a designer that those are like really nice gradients.
Thank you.
Is
Very much.
that are like seriously? I'm like, those are pretty. And there's a line between cool gradients and really ugly gradients. You know,
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you went from green to black,
They're back.
You're
they're back.
fired.
It's
You're just
time, but
fired.
Actually, they never leaves us because they're they work and they're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, the blue and red.
If it's
Johnny
used
Woo
careful.
says like the blue and red. I think in the one that's closer to the middle. My
Mm-hmm.
eye's really drawn to that one initially.
which one?
This one right here.
Yeah, that one is seems to be a versatile one. The one that can be probably applied nicely to contrast stuff that has good background in it.
Yeah, sorry, Arthur, you're fired. If you've gone from like a bright green to black, you're fired. Like, don't like. It's okay if you're going for like, gosh, what's that brand? Like, if you're doing any sort of like 80s style, like that was a thing. Like that's a whole color scheme. That, but if you go from pink to teal, then that's really hip right now and almost overused, easily overused. But otherwise, you're fired.
Yeah. So continue here with the colors here. So these are colors that I feel like could work well for this app. But additionally, I have like I use this cool tool on. It's a Chrome extension. If anybody wants
Yeah,
to
let's
check
check
it
this
out.
out.
And it's called. I think it's called. Why am I not able to go in there?
Do a right click and then open window. See if it comes up.
I click and open window.
Yeah, can you right click on this guy? Let's go. Let me take control for
Take
a
control.
second.
I'm using a tablet. That's why it's kind of like
There we go.
fighting with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is this
over here
it?
It's fine.
Oh no,
That's
sorry.
another one also that I use, but this one it just goes in and every time you create a new window.
What is it called?
It's called, I believe it's called Palette Tab, right there.
Palette tab.
It's not palette, it's Palette Tab.
Palette tab.
Palette Tab. Palette Tab. By Tim and Claudio.
Shout out to Tim and Claudio.
All right, guys, this is
Fantastic.
An awesome
So
little
this
tool.
gives you.
So
Yeah, what does it do?
it gives you colors and fonts, Google fonts, so color palettes. So each time you create a new window, it picks up a new color palette. And some of the stuff that comes out here, it's really awesome,
What I like about this is they give you the font on top of it,
Yeah.
which is they're kind of simulating a use case.
So kudos to you guys there.
So this is where you'll spend the next 45 minutes. It's just like refresh, refresh,
I
refresh.
normally actually spend a lot of time on this.
Yeah, I like
it's
it. It
eye
animates
candy.
in.
Yeah, it's eye candy.
Oh man.
So anyway, going back to our little thing here. So I select a few that I like. So these are like candidates that we could probably pull from.
I like it.
And on this side here somewhere, we have a reminder what the competitors look like. Just a few of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
It's like this is what your competition is doing.
Their style.
It's kind of tricky because I think anytime a designer starts designing, you might do some research, and it's amazing how things kind of get stuck in your head. It's good to have these here because you know exactly what the competitors are doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So again, you want to differentiate. Because otherwise you could go there and look at it and then forget about it, and the next thing you know, you just designed what you saw 3 days ago, you just don't remember.
Right. Because in some ways, I think you're designed for a certain space, and that space is already, some of them already proven to work. So it keeps you within that, aligned with that kind of vibe.
I like it.
So now, let's see.
Hello, Michael Crabtree. Good to have you here. Michael Crabtree is a UX UI designer. We've had him on the stream. Maybe it's like a month ago. So good to see you, my friend.
So these are the screens, wireframe screens. We can ask them. I don't have a plan in terms of what screen to start with. We can ask them what would they suggest us to start with, if you like.
Yeah.
There's the main feed. There's event details.
Yeah. Can we kind of click through some of those? I don't know if we can kind of zoom in on them a little closer and see.
Sure. Is that good?
Yeah, and then make sure you got there. Yeah, you can do that. That works. So we have an Event Goer app. We have the main feed. I feel like you're going to be spending a lot of time, like that's like almost the home. Like
I guess one screen that's media we can kind of like use to define style and then kind of like get things started.
It's good.
I
it's
don't have
pretty
a preference to where
heavy.
to start, but you guys can maybe suggest one.
And then can you scroll to the left?
The left will have the onboarding screens, which are a little bit simpler screens.
All right, welcome to events. This is all the cool stuff it does. Continue, continue, continue.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Continue.
Stay up to date. You know, it sort of does your geolocation. Bing. We see that you're, that's what it could do.
Right.
And then, yeah, I personally like the main feed. Or something that has some meat to it, like, or even that one's kind of nice. Those little cards.
Results. Activity, message.
Which one did you want to do? What are you feeling?
Me, myself?
Yeah.
Close my eyes and pick one.
You can.
Let's go with what you suggested. The search results.
Good. Yeah, I think that one's good. It's not as complex as the main feed screen, so that's why this one's good.
So this one it is. Probably duplicate this one, right?
Where can we access these wireframes? Oh, that's a good question. I don't even answer them. I'm just like, that's a good question. Continue. No, just kidding. Jerk. I'll show you.
So one thing that I selected for, let's see if I can access the library, is anyone familiar with the Burning Man event?
Burning Man, anyone? Burning Man? Burning Man. Oh, yes.
Now, why am I getting a full screen of my library?
Oh, yeah, get out of the full screen in general. That's kind of what's happening. Boop.
That's what's happening.
There you go. Yeah, and you kind of have
That's
to
a
put it on the
very,
side.
very selfish library. Let's take over the...
And it is kind of selfish. So, yeah, we have some Burning Man photos. Yeah, you can minimize that too. There we go.
Okay.
Even two. As you kind of scroll through those, I kind of want to point out the UI kits. So, essentially right here, you might not have Ravani's, but you can go to Get UI Kits and then go down to like wireframes or even more UI kits. So these are two places that you can work with to find what you need. Once you do that, you end up with these many files you see right here. So again, I already have them downloaded, but this is just your short list of dashboard content. Navigo, this might be a good place to start if you're doing like an event app. This is kind of like geolocation, map type stuff, so I might open that up, and this might be a good place to maybe take some screens from as we start to look at this. Ooh. Have you seen this one? This is called Navigo. So all I did is go to
Cool. That's very cool.
yeah, more UI kits, and that's where you can find it. So, anyways, for the challenge, essentially you have right over here, challenge. You guessed it. Create an app that has 5+ screens, and it's going to be a recipe sharing app. So that's what they have to do today. That's what they're working on. Create a recipe sharing app, get the latest version of XD, use the template that we've provided that already has 5 screens in it. So again, just another sort of asset that you can use for your personal projects, but especially for this project, this is the asset that you'll use for the challenge.
That's cool. I love those challenges.
Yeah. It is nice because, like, you know, a lot of times you just need a place to start. You're like, you know, we're going to have portfolio reviews on Thursday. So this is kind of fun. By the way, you'll see a timer right below me. Oh, shoot. Let's see, what time is it? We have a giveaway here coming up pretty soon. Is that correct, my friend? Oh, yeah. Let's do about 3 minutes. But again, since the challenge, you probably saw that challenge submission deadline, that you'll see that pop up. Essentially, that's your chance to submit a design or prototype for the challenge. And then we're going to do that Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we're going to do a portfolio review.
Did you tell the audience this is my very few times that I've used XD?
Yeah. So Rovani, we wanted to take somebody that has 20+ years experience. Is it okay that I say that?
No.
We got a couple
no,
old
not.
guys here. We're like
A veteran.
old guys.
Old school.
We're old school because you were like, this is the old Macromedia building. Isn't that what you said when you walked
Yeah,
in?
yeah.
That's what we're in, the Macromedia building. And then again, just like, you know,
Anybody.
have him tackle XD from a veteran standpoint that's kind of new and see how intuitive it is. So that's the idea. All right, we're apparently while you do that, you can do those changes. Chat is already kind of blowing up with the fact that we're going to be giving away the brand new Adobe XD socks. This is
Those
what we're
are
giving
cool.
away. So these are brand new. It has like the new logo on it.
Those are awesome.
And notice how it's like sealed, means nobody has worn this pair. The other ones were like, just kidding. But Sock Hype, all you have to do is say something in chat, so we know somebody's at the other end of that keyboard, and we will draw a name randomly, or whoever sends Adobe Live the most money. Just kidding. And they smell like brand new socks. This is the only time you can do this. After today, yeah. Don't do that. Sock it to me, Arin says. Sock it to me. My hands have been all over these.
So when I have, for instance, the repeat grid thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
going on, if I want to change different images and different things individually,
Yeah. You want to do that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is so fun. Everybody is saying, give me socks, give me socks. Perfect. You're entering in to win the challenge. Let's go to your, this is already a repeat grid or no?
Yeah, it was. I just released that.
Yeah. Do and undo. Bring it back to being a repeat grid. All right, perfect. Go to your desktop where you have all your photos.
Yeah, it's actually on the box.
Yeah. And then what you can do is like select all of those and then drag them onto where you want them to tile into. So drag them to where they're highlighted. Yeah, that should work. Oh, I lied. Undo that. Jerk.
You lied.
Select
They're
it.
different sizes though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Make sure you have that photo selected. Double click it again. Like make sure you're like really have that selected. It seems like you do. Yeah, perfect. Now go to your desktop, drag them in. It'll, you know, replace that one and propagate all the way down.
You lie again.
Oh, I did lie again. I'm so bad at this. Do it undo. We're gonna get this right. So let's just double click on that. Like double click again. There you go. Oh, so that's a mask. Can I show you something else?
Sure.
Let me show you something else. So undo this and just make sure you have one there. We're gonna get this set up and it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah.
So we'll just make sure we have one at
So
the
I
top.
can just get rid of the other ones?
Yeah. And then, perfect.
Alright, I don't want to quite, I'm not quite ready to duplicate yet, so.
You could always change it
Ah,
later.
okay.
So, even delete that photo. Like, delete it. Yeah, that's okay. Delete that. Delete the mask.
Oops.
And, yeah, that's perfect. No, delete that too. Just drag out, using the rectangle tool, just draw out a spot for the photo. Now, you can drop a photo on there if you want to. Let's just do that. Sure. Anyone?
Which photo did I have there? Ooh. Check out the alien.
Okay, so there we are. So that's kind of the photo. Now what you could do is you could like go ahead and select those elements, do repeat grid for this element. But basically we put that photo inside of that rectangle, which is a container. Boop. Brr. Okay, now, since it's just a rectangle and that's the photo filling that rectangle, you should be able to drop those photos on from your
So
desktop.
do I select?
You shouldn't have to, actually. Just go to your desktop, select them all, and just do a drag, and it'll highlight.
I'm just going to use some.
Yeah.
Let's
And then,
see this portion.
yeah, see how it highlights it?
Mm,
And then, there we go.
super cool. Just like magic.
It is like magic. It'll also start like repeating if you extend down 20, but you only had 5 photos. It'll just repeat them. But that's essentially how it works. Pretty
So
easy.
down here,
Oh, Kat's not just here for the socks. She's here for the tips too. Oh, did we pick somebody? I'm sorry, I might have missed the name. No. Medhi's here for the socks only. It says, give me these socks. Where are the socks, mister? It's okay, we had to do a background check, do some verification on that person, and just make sure their credit history was good and everything. And the envelope is passed to me. Looks like the winner of the Fancy XD socks is Yetzel Gonzalez Ortiz. Yetzel Gonzalez Ortiz. Congratulations, sir. Yetzel, here you go, my friend. Oh, shoot. These are what you win. They're headed your way. If your name's Yetzel Gonzalez Ortiz, boom, you are the winner, my friend, and you're gonna get these, but honestly, a fresh pair.
a fresh pair.
All
So if I
right.
change one, it changes everything.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So notice how you changed that to green. So the style is always gonna be linked, but then the content can be different.
I see.
So you could have, April 3rd, May 2nd. That's that whole thing. And then if you want it to be different, then you are going to have to break it apart. But typically you'll change it as much as you can while it's still a repeat grid. And then if you do need to break it apart, you can break it apart. Jesu, is this new to you? Repeat grid? Hopefully it is. I mean, if it is, then awesome. Right?
Yeah, I mean, new to me, and it's I'm like already
Right?
a big fan of it.
Yeah. And I want to see this like in Photoshop or Illustrator. Like once,
Yeah.
and that's what happens. We'll have it in one app and then everybody else in the world's like, I want that in Illustrator. So we'll see what happens next.
I guess it it makes your. Oh, look at this! What happened here to the font?
Ooh, you have a stroke. Bop.
We don't want a stroke.
Let's not have a stroke. Jose Gonzalez is new to XD. Always like to hear that. There's like 1,000 things we can do. Yeah, so. Ravani's new to XD as well. And we said, you know what? You're a smart man. Have at it. So I'm hardly giving him any help.
A big
you're
challenge.
you're just kind of working it out.
I'm
It
learning
seems
as I go.
Yeah. That's the best way. That's why we have the challenges.
Yeah.
We're like,
So-
we know you're smart. Jesu, yes. Taking full advantage of Adobe.
Put me in the fire here.
Take advantage of us. Johnny Woo, good question, or Johnny Woo says he's excited to try XD for presentations, which is perfect. Like you can use that, and that's what we do internally. The whole XD team, for their slides, they actually use XD. So
let's do this font color differently.
Ilyas wants to know when there's going to be a Photoshop stream. Soon. I think you should just tune in from week to week and hang out with us. But there will be one coming up, actually. Maybe in about a month, we might do a Photoshop for designers. So, but to be honest with you, everything contains Photoshop and contains Illustrator. Because these photos could have come from Photoshop. And the cool thing is, did you know you could like open a PSD in XD?
No?
Yeah, like if you have a PSD, you could go File, Open, and boom, there it is.
Bring you the layers
with
as well?
all the layers and everything. So,
That's cool.
like, if you don't know XD, well, guess what? You already have a file in XD.
Are you guys familiar with
Photoshop.
this app called Nucleus for apps? For icons?
Oh, Nucleo. I do use the Noun project, but Nucleo is cool. Nucleo? Does anybody use Nucleo? App.com?
It's the sweetest thing, so you can select different icons of families.
Can you, what's the pricing like for that? Let's see. $99 one-time payment.
And you're
For $100.
not bad.
Yeah. And does that give you, oh, I have seen this actually, yeah.
So basically, you'll look for an icon and you just drag and drop right there.
Boom.
That's your SVG.
Check this out. Can I show you something kind of a clever use of repeat grid? Bring that star back actually. But select the star and use repeat grid on it. So repeat grid and extend it out to the right. And then you have like a rating system,
That's awesome.
right? Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And so you could have one as the background that's, your 5 stars, and then duplicate another repeat grid on top of it. That's your gold. So you have the transparent and then the gold one. That's the 4 out of 5 stars. So random tips.
Pretty awesome.
People like the Noun project. Noun
wanna
project
get
is
us-
something similar. But this one, by the way, that's really cool. Did you notice? You know this, but you can control the stroke and was it the fill in Nucleo? That's something you can't do in the Noun project. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You can't.
Like, look at that. Did everybody catch that? Look at that. Let me zoom in on it. I love it.
The stroke and then corners. I want a star that has a. Does that work? No. Trying this for the first time here too.
I like how we're all...
Rounded corner star. Do we have that?
Ooh. Let me think about this.
Or we can do. Try this one too.
Do you have Illustrator open? Do you use Illustrator?
Look at that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that works too.
Would that work? I don't know if that's gonna work for this star, but
Yeah, I guess just like double
it's gonna look.
clicking.
It's gonna make it look kind of funky, but
Yeah.
it's gonna look like a.
So, I would like to point out that, like, there's no anchor point tool or add or remove point tools because you don't need them. It's all in one tool. I think we're smarter about things now. How do you find suitable colors for each other? How do you do your? I mean, you
How
talked
do I
about
do colors? I do a lot of selection of colors, and I play with harmony, the color harmony of it. Color theory.
And you
basically.
probably know instinctually, right? Because you've been a
Essentially,
designer
yeah,
for
but I've
20
been
years.
using colors for quite some time in terms of color composition, and I kind of like have fun with it. But if you see here, like the color harmony, I use that as well. The Adobe color season.
Yeah.
Color.adobe.com.
You can go
colors
there.
that complement each other, basically.
Yeah, perfectly. Exactly. You're exactly right. Complementary. So if you're going to start with one color, a blue, complementary is of course going to be that gold. So again, Denver Broncos, some from Colorado, Christmas, LA Lakers. But that's one way to choose. And then not only that, once you have that all squared away, you can save that to your Creative Cloud library, right? So that's how you do color harmony. The thing is to make sure they're always the same intensity, right? Mm-hmm. Like you wouldn't have a really bright, intense green with a muted brown. It just wouldn't look good.
No, yeah, the hues and everything kind of balances, when you do it at the same level.
Yeah.
Unless you have the intention to do that. In some cases, you do want a color to be, to pop, and that color is going to scream, but...
People have lots of different apps or websites. So Medhi mentions one. We have coolors.co.
I've used that one as well. That's also good.
So Rick Sutter's XD and Dreamweaver linked. They are not. Essentially, in XD, basically once Ravani's ready, he can output all of those graphics, but then a lot of that coding still needs to happen. So no, they're not linked. You're not going to find an export HTML from here. Because what's going to happen is it's going to create machine-generated code, and then your developer is going to be ticked off at you. Because they're like, that's one way to not make friends is if you give a developer like machine-generated code. I did 80% of the website. They were like, oh, this is so annoying. Oh, sorry about that. I think it's
mine.
Yeah, is it?
Sorry about that.
Ilyas, you do a lot of mobile ads. Is XD helpful for that? Sure. If you need to do a lot of different sizes, I have an Adobe XD file that has like 1,500 artboards, and it works just runs smooth. So when it comes to banner ads, I like how small it is because then I can select everything and export everything out. So if you're doing just static banner ads, the answer is yes. Have you been to Burning Man?
No, I've heard people that gone there and they love it. Have you?
Mm-mm. I'm not cool enough.
No, what I'm intrigued by is the art
I don't look
pieces
good
that
in
they
fur
put
pants.
up there.
No, just joking.
It's pretty wild, but I mean, the art stuff that comes out of there is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they... Now, again, Paul expertise is needed here.
Oh, yeah,
I want to align this with the circle here, but if I do this, select this 2 here,
Oh, it looks like...
and I want to align to the circle.
Yeah.
Center
If you just
line.
drag it up, it should actually recognize the elements around it. See how it's like doing the bottom? So maybe it won't do everything, but it will give you guides based on the objects around it.
Got it.
So...
And I'm pretty kind of like crazy in terms of spacing too. So I do like, this moves 10 pixels, right?
Mm-hmm. If you hold the shift key down.
Yeah. And this is maybe 40. So is it helpful for you guys to have it, you go into this like little technical things, or you guys are more interested to see things moving faster, a little faster in terms of the design?
I like just watching you work. That doesn't really answer your question. I feel like when you run into something, everybody else is running into that or has
Right.
run into it.
Right.
Like, so watching you work and having, subject matter come up, then that's good.
And I want to send this to back. How do I do this? Object.
What are you looking to do?
Send this whole thing to back so I have a.
Oh yeah. Yep. You can select it and then right click. It's probably under object too. Or maybe not. Go to,
Oh, right there.
oh, there we go.
Send to back. I went very
Yeah.
far back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go. So we can see the tab.
So Matthew, to kind of like, I think everybody's answering these questions, but essentially we do have Muse, which allows you to create websites without writing any code. It's still around, it's still great. We're shifting development efforts because really a lot of people are using XD. They're prototyping, right? They're doing UX, UI. So we're putting our resources toward that. And then if you look at the FAQ, we are working on something that's more in the browser. So think Squarespace, we're working on something there. So Muse is still we're still keeping it, it still works across all platforms. It's just that we have something new coming, is what the FAQ says. So I feel like we threw out that FAQ faster than we had. Like we didn't have a chance to talk about the new thing. We kind of said, hey, we're gonna stop new features on Muse when we have something new in the works. And by the way, we have Adobe Portfolio. So if everybody's working on their portfolio on Behance, you could, with pretty much like the click of a button, turn that into a portfolio, because maybe that's what you're trying to do when you're working in Muse.
I'm trying out icons with the 1 pixel stroke, thinner icon, and see if they work better.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is your opinion?
I do like the one you have, though. I feel like those icons are pretty sharp.
The ones I have right now?
Yeah, the medium size, like gray.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it gets too thin. I
Yeah,
don't
we can
know.
always go back, but I
Yeah.
want to give it a shot. See.
You do your thing.
Doesn't hurt to try, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, so Dakota, to answer your question, will Portfolio be enhanced it does everything it needs to do, because it's going to take all of your projects, all of your Behance projects, turn it into a fun portfolio website, and you can pick the different templates that you want to use and customize that all you want. But that's specifically for your portfolio, and then you can have paultranisportfolio.com, customized URL. So that's always going to be there. Sort of like what's coming next for in the browser website creation, that's going to be more for clients and not necessarily for your portfolio. Here's the FAQ on, if you're interested in this. FAQ. Use. There you go. All right, now we can talk about XD. NS, good to have you here. Give us a shout out if you are new to this live stream. I know somebody that's new to the live stream. This guy right here. Ravani's first time streaming.
Yeah. First time ever.
And first time really just like diving into XD. So this is fun. It's fun to watch you. Like, you're making design decisions,
And
learning
at
an
the
app,
same time.
and then trying to add value
It's
to everybody's.
fun. Everybody should try this at least once in a lifetime.
Right. But it's fun, just like, like you realize how everybody has the same questions. Like, what is going to look good? What calendar? I really like this by Nucleo. Is awesome. Nucleo is pretty cool.
The tools we use are pretty much, help us accomplish these things that, so much faster and so much more. What's the word? I guess it impacts the result,
Mm-hmm. And again, the great thing is, I'll open up a file.
Help me decide which calendar would you select here.
Ooh.
This one. Take consideration that I have these guys there in place right now. I'm going for a very clean, very minimalistic.
Yeah, and that's perfect. I'm kind of leaning toward that traditional one. Looks like Rob Generate the Third. Am I saying your name correctly? You're new. Welcome, Robert. Good to have you here. Anja is new, and this is great. Well, thank you so much. Again, feel free to ask any questions, because again, we're here to to help you with any of your needs, as long as they're related to XD. We'd like to say that we could help your love life and different things, but we'll probably just stick to UX and UI. So,
Love life is more complicated.
Love life is, those are the easy problems. Or excuse me, XD has the UX and UI is easy stuff compared to your love life. The complications,
I love the fact that it's updating every year.
So,
as I do this.
Yes. So Alex Garza, if it's not XD, what else would you use to prototype? Quite frankly, if you're talking actual prototyping where you click on a button and it goes to another screen, Illustrator won't do it, Photoshop won't do it, After Effects won't do it. You could probably get Edge Animate to do it. You could probably get Dreamweaver to do it. But again, you're just building a prototype, so yeah, Photoshop, Illustrator are not going to work for it. But I did want to show you something. Let me get everybody like a jump start into XD. And by the way, oh look, I'm not in XD. Essentially, this is a Photoshop file, PSD, that has multiple artboards. So you could still use the tools that you typically use. And watch this really advanced thing that I have to do to make this ready for XD. You ready? This is the advanced thing you have to just save it. That's all you have to do. You don't have anything. You don't have to worry about doing anything. Just like literally, I'm just saving this to my desktop. Done. What do we do in XD? And again, there's no convert. It's literally a file open, and select that file and bring it in. And then this is our PSD.
Boom.
So this is what I do is I would still like design in Photoshop. Maybe I make all my screens, and then when I just need to link things together, I could literally just use it to prototype. I'm going to take it to the next level though. So there's another thing we can do. So here it is, by the way. Zoop. Oh, thank you very much. It's all ready to go. The world. Right? Everything comes in as expected. Like if you add a blur, so this is a background or an object blur, that blur comes through. Because this was a Gaussian blur in Photoshop. And then that comes through just like that. And then I can go right up here to prototype. I could literally just use it to do the prototyping portion where I select this text and I link it to that screen. And I will do one more thing before I do that. This is what I typically want to do. See how this screen is larger? So we're transitioning from this screen to this screen. What I need to do is I need to make this screen the same size. Okay, so I'd go, okay, this is 736. Well, I need to make sure this home screen, that scrolling is set to vertical, so it's going to vertically scroll. The viewport height, so the height of your viewing area is 736. Okay, but if I look up here, oh, the actual artboard is much larger, which means it's going to scroll. And sure enough, it gives me this fold line, if you will, right there. And that's typically what you do to make that work. And that's about it. But like another thing, like once I get this all squared away and this linking and maybe this linking back, like when I publish this out, like when I create this public link, this is what everybody should be sending us for the challenge. The fact that I have commenting associated with my file, I could literally do a design that maybe I don't even want to prototype, but I just want to get my client's feedback on this design. I could literally use XD just for this feature right here saying, this is cool, right? Or move this up, right? So what are they talking about? Move this up? What do they mean? Well, we'll pin that right here to this text. And now I know what they mean when they say, hey, move this up, right? So just to be able to like review designs and have, you know, all this tracked, because once I resolve that issue, I can reply to it, you know, republish it, say fixed, resolve, tuck it away, done. So that's kind of cool, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat.
Pretty cool.
Anyway, when will XD get sticky? I like your choice of words, Dakota.
Sticky.
They want the sticky header and the sticky footer, because that's one thing it's missing, right?
Right.
Because even what you're doing right here, for that bottom bar, you're like, let's have it stay on the bottom.
Right.
So
It ain't gonna work, right?
no, not right now. Let's be honest. It is not. But I will check. Here we go.
So we're gonna ask them to help us with the color decision here. Oops.
Ooh. So if you go to,
Lost my other color. Huh?
if you go to, just real fast, just kind of, we know this is a top feature request like Ryan Ford says. I can go to Adobe XD user voice is what it's called. We can see that fixed elements is the very top thing. And as I scroll down, Joan Lafferty says she's started working on it. So we're actively working on sticky menus, but we just don't have like an ETA.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, it's good to know that like it's in the pipeline. We're saying, hey, all these...
As you're talking, Needy, it's already in the pipeline.
Yeah. So look, like this is feature started, feature in the backlog, just so you know what we're working on. Feature started for a scrollable area, so not scrolling the whole artboard, but have a scrollable
So
area.
hopefully by tomorrow we'll have it, right?
Yeah, by tomorrow, we'll go upstairs, we'll talk to, like, Joan, what's taking so long?
We need it by tomorrow.
And we're
morning.
going to hover over her desk with our arms crossed until she rolls it out.
So, choices of gradient here on the background as a background.
Ooh, this is fun. So we could do left or right for the gradient.
Yeah.
I know what I want.
You know what you want, so you want to vote?
Nobody cares what I want. So left or right, you guys like the what you call that? A pink?
Yeah, pink or blue, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really translate for boys or girls or anything like that, because I love the pink as well.
Is it pink and teal? Is it a is it a red and blue? Is it left and right? Left or right? I know which one
Let's
I know
go
which
left
one I
and
like.
right.
We got
all
three
left.
lefts, right, left, left, left.
We're gonna kill the right.
Hot pink. Oh, Matthew says blue. I'm judging everybody based on what they pick. By the way, I'm like, well.
And there's an interesting
Hector
one there
Lira,
too.
yeah.
I like the way the colors could clash with the nice images. That's true. That's very true.
Hot pink. Right. Warm. Left, left. I know which one. Which one do you like? I know which one I like.
That's why I'm asking. I don't have a preference at this point because it's, I can go with either one. I'm in the middle. I'm in
let's
the
do
fence.
this. First of all, I like the pink. I like the hot pink. But let's do something. Okay, can we do this?
Sure.
We'll select it, and then we'll go over here, and I might be off to the side. In the lower left, we'll open up the assets panel, and then we'll just add this as a color. Boom. Ooh, it looks like I added 2 colors.
I think you had it done before.
Oh, yeah, maybe I did. But basically, if you start using that pink color and then you decide you want it blue, you can right-click, edit. Whew, a lot of colors there. But you could change it then to something else, and it will change everywhere, is the idea. Let's make sure I did that. Delete. Select. Yeah, so maybe it was this one. But either way, that's what, these are global colors is what I'm saying.
Yeah, what I'm doing, I'm not actually doing the I'm using like just a gradient on top. I'm not using it as a background.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I could tint the
I
background.
want to know why there are
light.
2 colors there. Why did it bring in 2? Are there?
They look the same, don't they?
Yeah, but why
Oh,
did
this
it
one
bring
has a
in?
different. Let's try this. See for a second. Yeah, this one is a fake one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
See, this one has
That's
this
the right one.
strange thing going on here.
So if you change the first one, you could probably delete that second one. Some people are going to be like, oh, like global colors in Illustrator. Yes, you are correct. First of all, it took within the past year did we finally make that checkbox for global colors in Illustrator as the default.
All right, so let's go with the pink one for now then.
Pink it is.
Now I want to bring an avatar here.
Ooh, a little avatar icon. Or a picture of you?
No, you.
Of me? I don't know. What's happening?
Selected some.
What if it was that
images.
way? You open up a folder and those were just like a bunch of pictures of me? It was like very creepy. Or I had a lot of pictures of you. That is weird.
So if I just drag
Yep.
it in there,
Yeah, it's highlights. Boop.
that's cool. That's easy, easy breezy. I do not want a border.
Is XD the same on Mac and PC? Hopefully that's what you're asking, Matthew Manning. So yes, the answer is yes. I do know PC does not have the record button. So when you create a prototype, you could record a video of it. PC does not have that just yet. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Eric. The PC, Windows 10 doesn't have a top bar, so everything is accessed through a contextual menu. So you'd have to right-click, and then everything usually in your top bar is in that contextual menu. So yeah, it's different if you're on iOS, so an iPad, iPhone, that's going to be entirely different. Because you wouldn't be creating on these devices, but we'd want to preview this on our mobile device. And that's what the Adobe XD app allows us to do. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's Windows 10, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, we have the screen somewhat ready. Of course, we'll investigate some other options for this, but
And so these are a list of events like in your area within LA.
yeah, you'll search and you could probably drop it down and search a different location.
Okay. This gets interesting.
So we're moving to the next screen here. Let's do. Should we do this one? Just
So-
randomly selecting them. I'm not having any
Mm-hmm.
reason to select them. The next one just
So Medhi, the XD has basically like, it has rounded corners, but not like live corners in Illustrator. Because Illustrator will give you a chamfered corner. I just learned that word recently. Chamfered is when they take the notch out of the corner. That's a chamfered corner.
chamfer corn.
So anyways, in Illustrator, so the short of it is like Illustrator is going to be able to do much more because like XD is not trying to be Illustrator, but it's going to allow you to create everything that you need to create because you don't need to do anything too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's able to create everything you need. Yeah, be careful. Pedro's trying to drag a file from CC Libraries and it isn't loading. Not sure. Maybe it's having a syncing issue. It could be the file is really large. That's typically what I run into is the file's too large. And sometimes you honestly, if something isn't working, what do you typically do? If something's not working, what do you do?
What do you mean?
Like if just something isn't working in an app, what do you typically do? Close the app and launch it again or restart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You can cry.
You can cry. Usually you shed a tear, you get over it, come back, and then all of a sudden it's working.
Take a deep breath.
You do your little dance, you burn some incense to the, to all the computer deities out there, hoping that it works.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, what are you doing now?
or Ryan Ford, you could just click a million times if something's not working. Why is it not working? It's therapy.
Okay, so I'm working in a manner that it's more expedited than I normally work, but it's just because of how compact this is. I know it's 2 hours, but we gotta
love it.
move it along.
I like that, like the nice bell.
There, just gonna go replace it to the font is there. You like that bell, huh?
I do. Oh yeah, Pedro. Pedro, did you catch? Wait, oh no, he did for himself. All right. You were telling me earlier that you sometimes have a tendency to misspell things.
All the time. Because when I'm designing, everything becomes graphic to me. Even the fonts.
Exactly.
So they start making sense in terms of, what's written, but they become like, I don't know, like symbols.
You do. It's just a graphical element. You don't read it as a word. And then somebody comes over after you've been working on this logo for like an hour and a half, has some text in it, and people are like, you misspelled that. And you feel like a big idiot. But you know what? We do it all the time because it's a shape.
I just do
We
it
don't
all
see
the time.
words. We don't see words.
I
We
gave-
see shapes.
I gave up
we
on
see
my
words for
attempt at
what they
perfection.
really are. Shapes.
Yeah, I actually like this bell too. Let's keep this bell. Bell's a winner. I'm gonna go back and.
Yeah, Ryan Ford agrees. And a lot of times with a word, so you have the word primary, this is what I bet you misspell, but you never have the first or the last letter wrong.
Yeah, it's true. The
So,
silence.
Anna, thank you for reminding me we do have the challenge going on. You have about 19 minutes and 33 seconds. And feel free if you are going to submit a prototype. It helps if you put the name of the app and then put your name because I want to give you a call out. So I'd rather see your name there for the name of the app. So, Rasim, how are you doing? Yeah, Pedro, I'm sorry I can't answer your question about Adobe stock in Brazil. Honestly, I don't know. There are so many issues with things like that.
Yeah.
Buying Creative Cloud places, and you know, the short of it is we want to sell everything to everyone. So if there's any issues, those are issues we don't want you to have. So guaranteed, it's probably not our end. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want you to give us money, so we will make it as easy as possible for you to give us money. It's probably a Brazil thing, but I'm not pointing fingers. I don't know. Jose Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez, the singer-songwriter. I don't know if you know Jose Gonzalez, the singer-songwriter. He's in. Join us in the chat. Good to have you here. So we are working on an event app. So if you do want to see Jose Gonzalez play Heartbeats in LA, this event app could warn you or like let you know of that particular
Definitely.
event.
Most likely.
Jose Gonzalez, that was like, that Heartbeat song was the most, if you looked at my iTunes, this is what I loved about iTunes, is it told you the most played song that you've ever played. And mine was Heartbeats by Jose Gonzalez.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good one, right? It's like, you get all choked up, like, this is so good, it gets me here. What is your most popular played song on your, if we were to look in your iTunes, or your symbolic iTunes, what's the song that you find yourself playing the most?
It's probably a song called Dreams by a Swedish producer. I think his name is Joaquin Karud. It's a pretty like mellow song. I play that song all the time.
Joaquin,
I try to find him.
Really? No, you don't, I mean,
Dreams by,
how do you spell it?
I think it's J-A-J-O. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go. Got it. I got it. That was just kind of a fun question. If I looked at in your iTunes, what's your most popular, your most played song? Ryan Ford says Bryan Adams. Is that his song from Robin Hood from 30 years ago? Or is it Summer of '69? Tribe Called Quest in the house. Ennis, what are my thoughts on InVision Studio? Personally, I have not played with it, so I don't really know. We were talking about it earlier, you know, InVision Studio. Have you've played with it a little bit?
Play with it a little bit.
Yeah, seemed like it was a good move for them. Do you think?
Too early to tell.
Too early to tell. All I know is competition makes everybody better. Like
Yeah,
having
I mean-
them, like you could be like, oh, they're the competition. Competition's the best thing, you know,
For
in this case,
us.
because you just got to be good.
The end user.
Yeah, for the end user, it's the best thing for them.
Buy ticket. Now you can buy this ticket on the app. How cool is
Ooh, sold.
that? Can you go?
We have Bob Marley. Terrence likes Bob Marley.
Color. Let's see. What's a good buying color?
Good. Which one? What type of color?
A good color for a button that you're gonna buy something. Probably green, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Green.
What you're listening to now is it's Chill Hop mixed by Paco. He's our DJ, resident DJ Paco, playing some Chill Hop. So that's what's happening right now. Playing in the background. We don't hear it.
Yeah. How
But
come?
it's definitely a smooth beat.
What's up with that?
Ooh, of Monsters and Men. Good call, Yetzel.
Who likes to design listening to music on the background?
Yeah, I do. Do you? Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
Ah. Music.
But funny thing is, at times, I don't listen to music at all. There's a different stage of the design that if I listen to music, I just
Oh, really?
takes me to a different place. So it depends on the stage.
Do you ever like usually play music, but then you'll find yourself with headphones on, like not playing anything? You're like, I'm not even listening to anything,
All the time. I
right?
do it all the
You're
time.
like, well, I've had my headphones in for an hour. I'm not listening
and then
to
you
a
start feeling
thing.
the pain, you know? it up.
I think people do that to me because they don't want to talk, but I still talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
People do that just because they need to concentrate. Put in your headphones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Gus, I know you're not playing any music. Why do you have your headphones on? Why do you have your headphones on, Gus? Oh, he gets to listen to me twice. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. We are open to any sort of music recommendations. We also want to know what you listen to. So if you're into podcasts, we could talk about that all day long too.
There you go.
This is a little tricky because you do want the photo to be the hero. So like what color do you pick gets to be an issue as well. You know?
Right. But in some cases you could have a situation like this. You don't need a background. You could keep it clean, white.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a different environment. I don't need a background color for this one. It's optional.
I feel like this is very interesting because this green here is easier to read than what the output is on the stream. Just FYI.
That means it's not calibrated?
Yeah, it's going through a compression, so they're going to get, your colors might be slightly different. But what's cool is what we'll do after a while, and we could do this tomorrow, basically like see how this looks on our phone just by connecting it by USB cable and go with it. We got some Mushroom Jazz. Arturo, I have no idea what that is. DJ Mark Farina in the house. Fantastic. So again, working on an event app. Apparently there's an event on Earth. Just kidding.
Still the Burning Man.
We went through a phase where, and we will still play Andrew Apple Pie. Pretty popular as well.
I like him too.
I'm into Borns. Big into Borns right now.
It's kind of like vlog music. Almost.
What's that?
Vlog music.
Yeah,
Music that's more like instrumental and more vibe.
something that's not going to distract you.
Right.
Yeah, agreed. All right, you have about 11 minutes to get your challenge submission in. So thank you if you've submitted something. Really appreciate it. We'll dive into that shortly. And
Okay, just let the audience know that I work a little faster than this. It's just because it's a whole different environment for me. But so far so good.
It's just so fascinating to see everybody work. You know, we had Martha in this morning, Martha Bergman. She, works with the mouse, menu items, all that stuff. We see you working on a Wacom tablet or Wacom tablet.
Wacom, whatever, however you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my setup, usually I don't even work on a laptop. I have the laptop and I have a big screen. So this is even more different than I used to.
Yeah. We'll have some people, I think we had, he was on earlier, Peter Del Tondo did a lot of shortcuts, used the keyboard a lot. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'll get there someday.
Yeah, I think, if you're using menu items and stuff, it's just it's a very visual way to work. So that's kind of the tendency that designers typically have, myself included. Oh, Arturo's back. Yeah, he said he was in the other room. We were waiting for you to come back, Arturo, so we can begin again. We totally took a pause for as long as you were gone, but now we can continue. How much are tickets to Burning Man here? We have tickets $45 to $65 sold.
This is not really the reality of it, but...
The what? Oh. Oh, by the way, our one and only Jason Levine has created some music to design by that you can find that on Spotify. Jason Levine, his fellow evangelist and all around good guy. People are liking the colors. Love the colors.
Colors, I think they're working so far.
Yeah, and the good thing is again, if you end up like, using the assets panel, once you have a color defined, if that's a global color, it makes it easy to change. Alex XD doesn't have animated elements yet. It doesn't do any sort of micro interactions or animated elements. That's a super popular item. I know we're looking at it and working on it to a degree. I don't know to what degree, but something we're actively working on. Yeah, I do not know how much Burning Man costs.
It's not cheap.
I feel like
I
I'd
think
go
it's
there.
a 3-day event.
I feel like I'd go there, and when I come back, I would look like 10 years older. Which is like no sleep in the desert. You wouldn't recognize me.
Yeah, probably. Some people actually go and I think they have sessions of like all types of things like massage,
Into it.
acupuncture.
Can I just go to Burning Man to get a massage and do some acupuncture?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a long way to go.
That'd be cool, huh?
I feel like the city of San Francisco kind of takes a little break when Burning Man's around because so many people from the Bay Area go.
Oh yeah, sure. It's all good.
Oh, Anna Zeigler, we're going to do a special shout out to you because it's only 38 minutes and you will be 21. Anna, we
All right.
appreciate you just hanging out with us and kind of curious as to what you're going to do when you turn 21. I appreciate you just hanging out with us. I don't know what country you live in, if like maybe certain things become legal when you're 21. But either way, hanging out with us is the better choice anyway. But happy early birthday, everybody! Wish Anna happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Anna.
Maybe Jose Gonzalez will sing you a song or something.
So here is, I think these ones.
Oh, Tim says happy early birthdays are bad luck. I've never heard that. Kind of curious though. All right.
Change all the fonts.
Jose Gonzalez doing a little serenade in chat. All right, so how's this looking? Good. We still need a name for this event app, do
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, we do. If anybody wants to.
Okay, so we're working on this event app. We need a name for it. So this event app you can schedule events, see what events are happening in your area. We're looking could use some names for apps for the name of this app. I'm gonna say Be Here Now. That's my contribution.
What's your name?
Be Here Now. Ooh, debut. Ooh, I love that word. Debut.
Debut is cool.
Sam, great contribution. Love it.
We can design an icon for this.
I'm trying to capture all the names that come in.
I'm gonna do this.
Attend, Yetzel, good. I don't know what debut. Oh, debut. Sam, I got it. I had to say it out loud to get it. Debut. Sup now. Cats. Sup now. Is
Sup
that
now?
funny or is it just me? It's kind of funny. Sup now. Marlon, hey now.
That's funny.
It is. You know you get to pick like what name you want to go with. I'm just capturing him. Thank you, Marion, as well as hey now.
Let's see what this looks like on the phone sometime.
Dave, you. Kat, you're killing it. So she's on a roll. She's tapping into this something. I don't know. Kat, you're funny. I really do like that. Sup now.
Sup now.
Yes, Voodoo Val does say, good to see you, Voodoo Val. I'm always trying to talk her into, she's up in Sacramento, Voodoo Val. I'm always trying to talk her into coming down because she's a friend of ours, which is why she has a check mark next to her name. I'm like, Val, get down here and come hang out with us. But she's like, I'm good. Sacramento.
This screen wouldn't work with that.
Come down, let's talk about Star Wars. She's a big Star Wars fan. Eventio. Thank you. Like what's popular, a popular trend right now is like adding like an ly to things. So it'd be
Right.
Evently, which
Evently.
is also going to seem very dated at some point. Anything trendy is going to be dated at some point in the future.
Exactly.
It's going to be hot now and then dated. So it's like those two. Yeah, Jose Gonzalez, we can see how it works in a moment. But really what we're going to do is in less than 2 minutes, we're going to review the designs that you have submitted. Ooh, maybe like Matthew Manning. Maybe it's What's Happening or something like that. It's almost too close to What's Up. But what's happening? What's happening? What's a good like Portuguese word for event or
Evento. It's not that
Evento.
far. Evento.
evento?
Event.
That's not bad. Eventu.
T-O-E-V-E-N-T-O.
Evento. I like evento.
Evento.
Yes, you're right. Anita nailed it as well. So what's trendy is killing vowels
Mm-hmm.
or misspelling a word. So if you say,
Or reinventing the spelling of the word, right?
yeah, like a place would be Playce, things like that. The Haps. I love how we're trying to make this app sound really cool, but we're coming up with the cheesiest names ever. The Haps. What's the Haps?
The Haps.
Nobody says that, Val. Nobody says that. I'm writing it down. Cat Take, good. My events. Event me.
Event me.
Event me almost sounds like, I don't know, something.
What's going on? 0, 0.
These names are just cracking me up. I apologize.
So we're going with color and we're going with white.
I think while you work on that, I can kind of review some of these designs.
For sure.
And good job, everybody, getting their designs in. We have yours, Holly Gersi Moran Singh. I don't know if it actually qualifies. Tim F. We'll kind of take a look at yours too, Tim. And just kind of go through this. That is the plan. Oh, great question. Sam asks, what can Illustrator, what can this do that Illustrator can't? Exactly. You can map to buttons and stuff. You could actually we've done repeat grid, which is something that Illustrator cannot do, and all sorts of fun things. Let me just kind of show you real fast. This is actually a PSD file, but essentially repeat grid. You can jump in here a bunch of places, selecting those 2 items, repeat grid right up there, selecting that. Okay, did I select it? There we go. And then I can grab this, move that down. And not only that, I can control the positioning. I can even have that kind of overlap like that. But this repeat grid is really nice. And not only that, I can go ahead and add different photos right in there as well. So let's take some fun images, drop them in, and we can replace them accordingly. And you get the idea. So, and then we can prototype and start linking screens together. So that's how that works. Sock it to me. All right. Daijung Wu, you did not miss anything if you are here to look at all the different entries for the contest. So, but essentially what's happening as well, we have Rovani's busy working on an event app that we're trying to name, and we've tasked him with designing all these screens right now.
Right this second.
All right.
Okay, so this also we have 2 options, but attempting to add color to the background of this one, the second version, or keep it super clean with the white background, like someone had mentioned that the background could be distracting.
Interesting.
You take away from the picture, the shots. So the approach is a little different. I think in some ways they both work. And it might be a personal choice again. But
I don't know, like I like the pink one. It just feels more finished to me right now. The thing is that since it's on a card, I almost feel like everything on this card is associated with this event, but the stuff below isn't. The stuff below is like almost something else, like down here. I don't feel like this stuff is associated with that necessarily.
right.
I could be wrong. And often am. Alex says call it the Durso app.
The Durso app?
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, I think you go either way, man. It's
Yeah,
fun
well,
to look at.
The reason why this would be separated too could be simply because you have a button here, but we could probably extend that, but then you take the,
Yeah, you can't take the white
background
away.
away.
I still like it. I do like that one with the pink, even if it doesn't extend all the way down. Still really into it. So.
But that's a good point. You feel like this is from a different. Because what this is really it's the details. When you click on, let's see. You go from. I probably could press on an image, tap on an image, or see the details.
Or we could do something that maybe Spotify does or whatever, but you have the clean image and then the background is actually just the photo blurred out. There's that option. But so far I like the pink just because it just needs some color.
Right.
So I like it. Maybe we'll get some inspiration if we look at some of these entries. We could do that. Let's get inspired.
Let's see what happens with this here for a second.
Time to get inspired by you, the community. All right, fun day. I like it. Yes. Dajong Wu, you nailed it. You were exactly right. That question, you might as well replace those question marks with periods. Because if you add a PSD or a graphic to your library, when you bring it into XD, it's actually linked back to that original PSD, so you can change it later. So do that. All right, Kat, we're going to dive into this. This works for everybody. We're going to dive into this. You can continue to work. I might need your attention like for some things because this is just fun to look at.
I'm just kind of like trying to look little different things here, but I don't think they work quite well yet.
Yeah, it's getting there though. It's fun. And then, so when you select it, by the way, so let's just switch back over to you. If you select that photo and then go right over here to background blur, boop, and then that blurs it out. It's still kind of it's kind of transparent, so you can't see it, but it actually blurs. Oh, wait, do I have that right? No, I have that wrong. Flip that. Take that off. I apologize. Take off that background blur. Make it 100% opaque for a second. Select that box, that white box. And then double click it again so we can access the actual box. There we go. Now do background blur. That'll blur out everything behind it. So it has to be a panel or like a div, basically it's a CSS that's affecting what's behind it. So, all right. Yeah, it is kind of fun. It's something Photoshop can't do, or Illustrator, in case you're wondering. But who's counting? All right, let's dive into this. I do not have the person's name, so if you do submit something, it'd be awesome. Just let me know. There's 6 screens for this one. I've never heard of oyster beef, but okay. I like what you're doing here. I like this. I like this curve. You like that, right? Do you like it? It's kind of cool. Interesting shapes. Tile view.
Ties together.
Do a search. I like how they actually gave us, let's go into typical Indian. As we select it, we can say, okay, we need this. We can go back to the search. I like how they added this note. They're like, this needs a solution. I don't have time for it. Like they kind of ran out of time. I appreciate the honesty. The thing is, we only asked them to link 5 screens together. They did 6 screens. I like this overlay that's kind of popping out. The text is kind of hard to read, but the design overall is very nice. And yeah, it's good stuff.
I think it works.
Yeah, you don't have long to work on this, so I'm always impressed. Recipe share. Let's continue. Welcome. Let's cook. Scrolling down. Going into juicy burger. Yeah, that's a big juicy burger. I like this. This is where color works really well. Look at how that complements the photo. Looks so nice. Going back, scrolling down. Let's make sure we got all the screens. I think we did. Oh, here's another one, sorry. Let's find something to make. You can do a search or see what's new. Sweet. Yes,
pizza?
as Adobe Live said, nice work, everyone. Ooh, Set Fire barbecue app. I kind of like, do you like this?
Yep.
It's pretty nice, right? I'm not crazy how this button's not as big as this button. But let's go ahead and search.
Go back to the previous screen. Is the avatar the actual? No.
Is this the person?
Is the person behind
Maybe.
it? No.
All I want to say is you have a glorious beard if this is you.
I'm saying I thought I saw a person behind that.
Oh,
I thought this was a person behind, but I guess not. I guess it's just my imagination.
Oh, I see what you're yeah. Yeah.
They blurred the background and left the avatar.
Search for news. Let's go ahead and get into the vegana ingredients. Very nice. Let's go back. Churrasco barbecue.
Yeah, that's Brazilian stuff right there.
Playing to our Brazilian sensibilities. Good job.
It's tricky, huh?
I like it. Chef book. Do you know what chef actually means? You want to know where that word came from? You know what it means?
Is it French?
It's French. Or a Frenchman actually
Boss?
made the word. It's even simpler than that. It just means chief.
Chief.
Yeah, chief, because they wanted to actually run it more like the military, like it should be exact.
Makes sense.
Chief, sous chef means set. I can't remember all of it, but yeah, so it's a whole thing. I really like these tones. I love it when it's like this off-white. That looks kind of good. Diving in. Ooh, my recipes. Let's toggle this off. Let's share this. Here it is, and then share. Oh, good
That was an
job.
opportunity to maybe use the blur right there on that
Oh yeah.
that container.
Oh yeah, right here, that container background blur.
Just
Good-
slightly.
Good call. I like this though. I think it's a little more unique than.
Yeah, some really good stuff there.
Ooh, and 11 screens. I didn't even get through all of them. Yay, you've successfully shared. And not only that, you could search for all these things. And lastly, there's that. Good stuff, Narendra. Great job. Your meal proposal. Oh, did you see what's happening in there, by the way? Little.
It's clever.
They did a little blur. Let's log in. Let's give it a try. Ooh, lots of active. How about these suggestions? I get it. Let's try again. Maybe we'll reload other suggestions. That's good. Let's go into this appetizer. Wow, look, let's see how many screens are here. 11 screens.
How are they doing 11 screens in, what is it, half an hour?
I know. How are you?
I gotta catch up with that.
You like making us
I'm
feel
slow
lazy.
here. Yeah.
So
Only
great
done
job,
3 or
Anna
4.
Zygla. Anna, this is Anna. It is her birthday in like 20 minutes, and she's working on a prototype. And I think she did a great job. And yeah, I love it. Great job, Anna. You can scroll. Oh, thank you for chiming in. So you can scroll in parts of this as well. And I'm not sure what screen you're talking about, but you can. So that's good. Ooh, here's screens that I missed. Here we go. Look at all this work she put into it. Preparation, all that good stuff for multiple recipes. So we get it. You're good. We get it.
Easy and organized.
I like it. Let's dive in. Log in with Facebook. Top categories. We're going for the dessert. The smoothies. Let's heart it. That's a separate screen, what they had to do. That's like a micro interaction. Let's view the recipe. Looks good. Frozen strawberries. Check. Ooh, I like how they did that. Very nice. Share with friends. Amazing. I'd say you are amazing. Whoever sent this in, if we do highlight yours, let us know. Because we want to make sure you get, you know, give credit where credit's due. Eric Ruiz. Sevenson. Eric Ruiz. I like it. Log in. Go into this Cocktail de Cameron. Instructions. Ingredients. And then back again. Great use. I feel like this is pretty robust, even though it's only 5 screens. So, feels pretty robust to me. Bites and Booze. Why not?
How many have you received?
We have, yeah, they're all up here. We probably have about 9, between 8 and 10.
Interesting.
Recipes from one food and drink lover to another. Bites and Booze. Continue. Let's start. Let's start this party. Hungry Hippo. I don't know if I want to order that based on that name.
It looks good.
I'm like,
though.
who you calling a Hungry Hippo? But I want to order it
Yeah.
because it looks delicious.
But it's a ginormous.
How do you fit your mouth around that?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I've had sandwiches like that before. It's really hard to eat. You
Yeah.
gotta cut them out, cut them down.
Ennis, is this yours? Did you do Bites and Booze? I'm sorry, I just looked up to the chat. You might have done this previous one as well. Oh no, that's Eric's. So Bites and Booze. Tim. Recipe Pro. Let's go ahead and continue into this. Okay, there are a lot of recipe books out there. So you just write down your recipes and then you share it. Okay, cool. And then you get feedback. Okay, cool. Let's go into Johnny Appleseed. Let me actually go back. Johnny Appleseed's scrolling down. Very nice, very nice, very clean.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Johnny Appleseed's. I love these lines, what they're doing here. Like how that's a nice gradient. And let's make sure we got all the screens. Oh, 14, what? Oh, we gotta go check this out. There's Johnny. There's Johnny. There's his recipes. Let's go back. Let's go back. Ooh, let's go into like. Ooh, look at that. Sweet. Market. Wow. That's a lot of work. Because again, look at how many screens we have. Let's kind of click through these. Earn feedback. We kind of went through that.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Put a lot of effort into that.
Look at this. They even added their share screen from iOS. So great job, Tim. Fantastic. We have Gurisimran Singh, the vegan recipe. Ooh, nice photos, by the way. Look at that. It's good. Good photo.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the gradation gets darker. Great work.
Overlay.
Share. Oh, right? They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through this. The food feed, being all clever. Let's go into Becky Smith's. Her braised root stew. That looks good. Let's do search. Nice search. And again, we can search through there. Cool. That was 7 screens. So, Grease Maran, very great job. We have a good 9 or so amazing entries that we kind of need to get these narrowed down. So, shall we do this? You ready for this? You ready? This one.
Tough one. There's some good stuff in there.
I know. This is the hard part, though, is kind of paring this down. All these are so good. This one's good. This one's good.
Can
I
we
don't
just
want to do it.
Make everybody win.
I know. I want Anna's to win, because it's it's gonna be her birthday.
What would you consider the
the criteria?
Criteria more relevant?
Well, the only thing I'm concerned about is this doesn't make me feel hungry. It kind of looks like it actually is a proposal for a business proposal, because it has this blue, so maybe not the right color, because it doesn't say anything about being hungry or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not crazy about the blue is my only issue. So even something like this, the fact that that's offset, I don't know, some of that, but at the same time, she did so many screens. Look at this. So yeah.
Yeah, it's got potential, but it needs some adjustments.
Yeah, needs some adjustments. Like this, you don't need to say or maybe sharing. I kind of get that when there's these 3 icons, it means sharing. I don't really need to, but maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's go back to this one. Categories. Delicious strawberry. We liked it. We see it. Crossing that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to pause on the most popular screens. That's a good one. But again, they're up against a lot of competition. Look at this one.
Right.
It's pretty good. I'm not crazy about this. Font is hard to read. Kind of having an issue reading that font. I can't read that.
It's a condensed font.
Yeah, condensed.
Not a big fan. For
it's tough.
devices, not that great.
Mm-hmm.
Print works okay, but
So we have the Bites and Booze. Let's go back to the first screen.
sharing, scaring.
So the template is blue, by the way, that they start with.
Mm-hmm.
So They kind of kept it blue, which kind of is not, yeah, that's a thing. So this one has, again, what happened here? This was so close to being awesome. Like, it seems like this was just slapped on there. I think there should have been more care involved in that. Because look, it's 14 screens. Look at how awesome this is. Like, it looks so good.
He only made one mistake then.
Yeah, that was only their one. You could only make one mistake. You're
no,
out.
I think,
Just
no,
kidding.
I think there's potential
But
on
it's
that
not a
one
logo
overall, but the he failed on that one. But and
But, oh,
another
guys, look at
thing
this.
that I feel like a little bit overwhelming there to me is the colors that there's too many colors. There's a heart, the
Yeah,
green,
I
the-
kind of like that though, since it's so stark. I was like, oh, a little pop of color kind of helped it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but some of these shots are gonna be colorful too.
Yeah,
so you're
that's
gonna have
true.
the competition in terms of of depth, dimension.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the treatment, but I dislike the function of it.
Yeah. And I kind of like it, but I do see what you're saying, because I don't think you needed to color the numbers and the icon.
It's overwhelming a little bit.
Yeah, there could be some adjustments made there. And again, we have the vegan recipe, which again had these really well designed screens. You know, I'm gonna make you pick the
Oh
the
no,
winner.
not me.
No, you have to help me at least.
Yeah, I can.
I like
help
making you the bad guy and not me. Just kidding.
Yeah, I
You
think
wanna-
I have actually.
Give me your
one.
top couple.
1 and 2.
Yeah. what
Actually,
are-
I have 1 and 3. I mean, three choices, and you
Okay.
pick one. Okay.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna go with.
Let's
I
see
think
for
it was
let's see
this
for-
one. So we'll pull them out. We'll get them separated out. I like this one. Again, it's not a logo design contest. That's why I'm willing to let this slide. They did 14 screens, and all these look really sharp. So
Yeah, that was actually one of my.
okay, good. We're on the same page. Again, compared to the competition, that one needs to step up. I want Anna Ziegler to win. I really do, because it's going to be her birthday. Yeah, I just think the color choice and some of the alignment and stuff isn't quite working for that one either. I think this one's pretty strong. This is what I want this first screen to look like. I want it to look like that. And this one's pretty good.
So I like to say that I'm between this one and that one.
And this one here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had already made that decision long before.
I love it. And again, this one, but the whole app doesn't need to be that one singular color.
And my third one was actually that one.
Okay, this was your third one. And let me just, big shout out to Grismaran Singh. This one was, that one was pretty good too, though. Dang it. This is really hard. I hate my life. Just kidding.
So I'd say those 3 are my top choices. Even
Was
the
it
fact
the-
that she
was it
used
this
some
one?
honesty on that, not knowing what to do with the button.
Oh, yeah, there. Shout out to the chef book. Ah, killing me. Killing me.
But overall, they're all pretty good.
Ah, everybody did an
Tough one.
outstanding job, which is what makes this so hard. I want everybody to put this in their portfolio. We have 1 minute left. Let's pick a winner. Which one do you think we should go with? What are your thoughts?
1 minute left.
Yeah, you got to pick it, and then we got to sign off.
I don't want to be biased about the barbecue stuff.
No, you pick whichever one, or I will.
Well, I'd say I'll go with the one on the right.
That's exactly the one that I would pick. So congratulations, Tim. Tim is our winner. We want to honor you. I don't think it's Tim Mobess, but congratulations, Tim. This Recipe Pro, super sharp, very filled out, did a fantastic job, and we really appreciate you. So hopefully you're with us, and thank you so much for doing that. Yes. Hopefully you're, yeah, Tim F, yeah. You are welcome. And Ravane Durso in the house for the very first time. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
This
It's
is
amazing.
interesting.
Don't they make you feel lazy? Like all these screens they did.
I'm all like done, 2 screens?
Yeah, it is. It's so hard and so fun. But we're going to wave everybody off. We have Selena Wu in the house. She's right over there. We see she's warming up. Ravani, everybody give him a warm welcome. Thank you so much, Ravani. Everybody
Thanks.
stick around. We'll be back in 1 minute. Thanks so much.